Hello, and welcome back to the Coach to Confidence podcast. Today we've got Tayla back again, who you recognise from three episodes now. I think you've been on three of them, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm a regular now.
Right, well, yeah, which I mean makes sense because you're half the business. So yeah, you are a regular. And yeah, we've both got some exciting updates. So since we last did a podcast, I'm engaged. I would show off my ring for those watching, but this is actually a 20 quid ring from Amazon because I had to go and give my ring back, and they said it could take 6 to 8 weeks to get back. So I bought myself a really rubbish little ring, and actually I'm really glad I did because I went to the gym the other day and I lifted really heavy holding it, and I've already bent it a bit. And that has taught me why I need to take the actual ring off, because it's not that bad with this, but I will be devastated, and Jake will be devastated if I do that with the real ring. So yeah, actually Taylor gave me a really good piece of advice for any brides or previous, past, present, future, or anyone with nice rings, is to get a necklace that like clips on to the ring, so you can like.
It's like a little circle and it's got a little hinge on it, so you just slot it in and it will just hang from your chain. I still need to find you that link. I'll send it. Maybe
No, I went on Etsy and I found one that's like the same thing, but it's like a wishbone necklace, but you like put the ring on, so it's still same thing. But yeah, I did have a look because I was like, right, by the time this comes back, the proper one comes back, I need to not be bending it in the gym. So
to be fair, I put my rings in my gym pocket, and then I went to the changing rooms and got changed and didn't even think anything of it. Now I got a few rings on my hands and obviously got my wedding and my engagement ring. And I remember driving and I got sort of 10 minutes down the road and I just slammed my brakes and went, oh my God. And like Richard was like, are you okay? What's wrong? And I was like, my rings, we have to stop and get into the boot and just check that they haven't landed on the floor of the changing rooms. So I would recommend a necklace 100%.
it is a good idea, because I think taking them off is just so risky, isn't it? Wearing them to the gym is not a good idea. So yeah, for any brides, present, past, future, it's definitely a good shout. And Taylor, do you want to update everyone on our joint exciting news of what we have done since the last podcast?
Oh my God, yeah, of course. We saw the Queen, the mother, a Taylor Swift. We have been literally like counting down for like a year, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like it's this weekend, next weekend, or whatever. And it finally happened. And I have severe blues because it was the best concert I've ever been to.
Taylor was like, her endurance. I remember sitting there thinking, wow, this woman is like really been, not only has she been like planning this for a year, but like every workout has gone into this moment of her like managing to dance and sing the entire time. So I was like, fair play, like your cardio is literally like, you've been building to this like with your whole fitness journey.
Yeah. I mean, it's like even when she was doing her costume changes or whatever, and you're like, right, I can sit down for a minute. So, and she can't do that. She's getting changed. Like, it's like constant. So, yeah,
It's
she,
mad.
I think she trained on the treadmill. She just ran and sang her songs all at the same time to train for it, didn't she?
That's insane. Imagine doing that. I mean, it does sound like a good workout. I was saying to Taylor, like, I think I told her this the other week, I went on a run like maybe the week or two before we went, and I did like a 30-minute, like fairly light, easy run. And I just listened to All Too Well 10-minute version 3 times for that, and it was like the easiest run I've ever done in my life, because it just felt like a 9-minute run, because it was only 3 songs. I don't know why mentally it just really helps. If you ever need to do a long run, I think when I get up longer distances and do like longer runs, I'm still just going to listen to All Too Well on repeat, because it just works. It's like a 10-minute song, but it feels like one song and goes really quickly. I love
There's
it.
a lot of emotion behind it as well. So you can literally you get to a point and you're like, right, I'm angry now. Like I've got to go.
Perfect for sprinting over that time. Yeah, it's definitely motivating. I feel like you need some form of emotion to run, like either anger or like pure happiness or something. I feel like in the times of my life where I have nothing going on, it's very hard to motivate myself to run. So you need some form of like something. But yeah, it was amazing for anyone that's been. I feel like a lot of people have been. So chances are some of the people listening, watching this have been. If you have, let us know how it was. Let us know what you wore, because that's obviously the exciting part.
Yeah, I need pics. Pics
Yeah.
I need costume pics.
Yeah, we need some costume pics, definitely. And we are
so good though.
trying to go again if we can, but what were they, grand the tickets you found? Something.
Oh, the resale ticket, so expensive. I was like, I can justify maybe a few hundred because it was that good. But
Yeah.
I was like, I cannot justify that. That's a holiday.
Yeah,
Like,
it is a bit disgusting. And yeah, I saw a TikTok the other day of someone that paid like, I think they paid £660 or something, like the VIP, like top tier tickets. And then they changed the layout of the tent. So they actually had an obstructed view and they were like, I've just paid almost £700, which is like rent for like an
yeah.
hour. And yeah, you'd just be so annoyed. So yeah, I would love to go again though.
I have watched loads of videos where people just turned up at Wembley and just hoped for the best and they still got in.
Oh, wow.
Like people were going to give, like, make sure they wanted to sell their ticket, but they didn't want to do it and get scammed as much as anyone buying a ticket didn't want to get scammed. And there were people just selling them there, basically.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess that is a safer way of doing it. Well, safer-ish way of doing it. Like it's not.
I'll see you in Wembley in August, Liv.
I was going to say, we'll just rock up and just sit outside and just in our little outfits. I've actually got it here. It's very sparkling. My partner's kids were in here yesterday. They loved it, so it's very sparkling. In fact, his youngest twins, no, the elder of the twins, who's 4, called Elfie. She went into school on Monday and told everyone in her whole nursery class that I'm best friends with Taylor Swift. And one of the mums, when we went to the sports day that afternoon, came up to me and was like, Liv, Elfie was going around telling everyone that you're best friends with Taylor Swift. And I was like, that's the best rumour that anyone has ever said about me.
That is
like,
amazing.
Imagine. So I was like, Elfie, did you tell everyone that I'm best friends with Taylor Swift? She was like, yeah. I was like, thanks. I mean, it's not true, but thanks. So yeah, if anyone hears a rumour that I'm best friends with Taylor Swift, I can either confirm or deny it. But you know, it was a good point in my life. Anyway, we'll get on to the chatting about relevant stuff now. For those that are not Taylor Swift fans, they probably left this point, but oh well. We did do a little Q&A with our clients and basically said, guys, what are some useful things you want to know about or us to talk about, or maybe stuff we haven't covered before? And we had a few questions. We picked just a few because obviously there was lots and we can obviously fit them all into a podcast. Number one, which was one of your lovely clients, which was what are our thoughts, or are they worth doing, like the blood sugar monitoring diets? And I think when I mentioned to her like any names of ones, she specifically more meant Zoe. I don't know if you know anything. I put you on the spot with this one. I don't actually know if you know anything about Zoe or what it is or how it works, but do you have any thoughts, or do you even know what it is? Or
I've seen it around. I personally think it's probably one of those fads that's going to be useful for 10 minutes and then everyone realised you could get the same information that you need in a calorie deficit, to be fair. Yeah. But I guess for people who have health conditions that need help balancing medication, I think things like that might be helpful. But I think day-to-day living, you can probably get the same understanding of your body by listening to what your body's trying to tell you. I don't know what you think.
No, that's so literally basically what I said to her was like, yeah, unless you have something like diabetes or gestational diabetes, you don't need to be measuring your blood sugar. Like you said, your body will tell you if you're eating the right foods or not. You will have energy dips or bad digestion or crashes or mood swings or what, all these things can be linked to what you're eating and not eating. Myself, I don't need anyone to tell me that if I eat a share bag of Skittles, I feel exhausted an hour later when I crash. Like we don't, and I feel very energized for a little bit. And Zoe as well, like I've actually looked into it because I was really interested. There's a few fundamental flaws. The main one is the cost. It's, I think, again, when I looked, I think it was, and this was like maybe last year, even or months ago, it was like 350 quid. And then it was like an ongoing thing as well. And again, for the average person, like you don't need to be looking at your blood sugars. Like there's, our bodies do that for us. They work, they give you the amount of insulin you need, they do all these things. Our bodies are designed to monitor and manage our blood sugars. Unless there is an issue with your blood sugar, you don't need to be looking at it in that detail. General rule of thumb, everyone's going to feel better eating higher protein, lower processed sugars, obviously. So I do think if you've got the money to throw at it and you're kind of just interested in the overall health, I guess there's some benefits, but no one that I've anecdotally seen in the industry or spoken to, or actually I've had 1 or 2 clients that have done it over the year or whatever, they've also done the same thing, which is it's quite interesting, but there's it doesn't lead to any habits or behavior change. Like it doesn't actually change your habits.
Yeah, it's kind of also teaching you what you probably already know about your body, because your body tells you, you know, you have a bad night's sleep, your blood sugars are going to be adjusted, so you're going to crave carbs. Like, you're tired, you're fatigued, you're going to need it. Your body tells you those things. So unless it's going to have full-on lessons about understanding your body's cues in that way, I just don't, what's the point of having that knowledge?
Yeah, and again, I haven't done it, so maybe it does have some of that information in there, but I haven't seen that it does. And there's a few flaws with like some of the science. Like a lot of the people that are promoting it are also like other people that are backing financially a lot of the reviews and a lot of the science that goes into it. So anyone that's like shouting about this and making money from it